Seeing snow a couple of weeks ago in mid-May was bad enough. But what if it happened a couple of weeks from now? What if I told you it's happened before? We're going back in time about 200 years to the year without a summer in this week's Heather's Weather Wise. The year is 1816. Most of western New York is still very much unsettled. It's mostly wilderness with some scattered farmland. The Erie Canal is about 5 years from opening. It's June 12th, and snow is falling from the sky. Official weather observations don't go back that far, but reporters for the Buffalo Gazette saw it with their own eyes. The snow that fell didn't stick around for long, of course, but the unusual chill really did. And not just in western New York. Nearly all of the northeastern U.S. experienced a much colder than normal summer that actually led to serious famine issues in a lot of the major cities. The cold pattern was also severe in Europe and Asia. The Central England temperature record, which dates back to the 1600s, reported the coldest July on record for the area. Ice dams formed in Switzerland, and intense rains along with the cool weather intensified the spread of cholera in India. So we've got records of ridiculous chill occurring in multiple parts of the Northern Hemisphere. What gives? No, it wasn't some freak polar vortex. It was actually the byproduct of a huge volcanic eruption. That volcano is Mount Tambora, located in modern-day Indonesia. Geological records show that the blast in 1815 was likely the largest and most violent in recent history. The only stronger eruption? Yellowstone, 2.2 million years ago. Any volcanic eruption sends gases and large dust particles into the atmosphere. Those particles block some of the energy coming in from the sun. If it's a small eruption, the effect is minimal and it only lasts for a few weeks. If it's a huge eruption, like Tambora, those particles act like a sun shield in the stratosphere for years and cause widespread, catastrophic cooling trends. At that height in the atmosphere, weather systems can't just come through and clean the air out. Instead, you just have to wait for those particles to dissipate and eventually dissolve. The so-called year without a summer was an exclamation point on what had already actually been a period of global cooling. It was later deemed the Little Ice Age. Since the late 1800s, the trend of Earth's temperature has been nothing but upward. To learn more about climate science here in western New York and around the world, you can check out Climate Minute on YouTube or visit WGRZ.com/climate. That's it for this week's Heather's Weather Wise. I'll see you next week with a new topic, but until then, remember it's good to be a geek.